Blessed Mother, morning has come. Thanks to my family and to all creation. Thanks to my family and to...
Today we're planting Camas because Camas is an ancient, valuable, and highly important and respected food of the people of this place. And it's a plant that needs human relationship to thrive and do well and sustain its populations. Well, there's two different main species of Camas and then a bunch of different varieties of each species. And it's a interesting big question for me as somebody who's studied ecology, and I'm also in this rewilding world, and there's kind of a lot of different factors in deciding where we move seeds and what the implications of us planting seeds in certain places are, and the genetic flow that we're influencing. I mean, the reality is that people have been influencing the genetic flow of plants since, we became people. I have a mix of caution and also just how bad could it be? Whatever. It's it's Camas. It's not, it's a good thing if it goes around. Because it's adapted to ongoing small scale digging. When people dig up the roots, it tills the soil and it leaves space for new fresh ground to be, to germinate the seeds in. And it stimulates the little rootlets, which grow new plants in a cloning way. You can tell there's a lot of grass here. So if we were doing traditional management on this land, it would get burned every year or every other year, something like that. And so there would be a lot, even though there might be grass growing in with the Camas, it would a lot of the thatch would go down, and there would be a lot more space between the grasses for new seeds to fall and germinate on bare ground, especially after the burn came through. I'm not sure particularly about Camas, but with a lot of the seed crops that people would cultivate, people would burn it, and then after there's a lot of bare ground, go in direct seed in the fall, right after they burned it. But so since we're working with a lot of thatch and we don't have the luxury of using fire right now, we are gonna create a little village of Camas seedlings by removing a patch of grass roots and just giving them their own little space. So I'm gonna dig a circle of a couple feet wide is the ideal. So when Camas meadows are left untended or uncared for, when people stopped digging them and burning them because of genocidal policies of the US government, the Camas populations go into decline. We're on a land trust, so this is held in stewardship for common use, and this is a beautiful meadow of Camas that we want to see thrive and grow. And so we're practicing our direct relationship tending with the place and with this plant, and learning how to participate again in that cycle of giving back. Yeah, and these big grass clods like this, you want to just break them up. Yeah. And if it's obvious and easy to take the grass roots out, that's great. We're creating patches that will then be strongholds that will then spread out from there and create more of it. And this is a meadow that already has some Camas blooming in it, and we're just adding to it. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little handful. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it can be a little firework. We can make it kind of dense. They like to grow pretty thick with each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
A plant would have dropped how many seeds?
Yeah.
There.
Oh, right. Hundreds. Yeah.
Okay, learning how to be full and whole in my humanness is my inspiration for being here in this time, in this way, in this movement. When we really connect to a deep sense of place and grow roots there and become woven in with the landscape and the animal and plant people, we develop this richness that cannot be met anywhere else. And it's this richness of belonging and of being a part of a place.
Help me to me today to follow my knowing. Gratefulness abounds for this beautiful life. Gratefulness abounds for this beautiful